Hello students. Yes, so in my previous video I had explained on three types of systematic risk, how it is associated with the macroeconomy, how it is going to affect as a whole, which is undiversifiable in nature, which is volatile in nature, fluctuating in terms of prices. And we have understood in my last video on what does unsystematic risk talk about. This is the opposite of unsystematic, the systematic risk, where unsystematic risk is something which is diversifiable, because here the risk is something which is related to a specific industry or the enterprise. So now we shall understand what are the different types of unsystematic risk which are available. Fine. So under unsystematic, we have two bifurcations, that is one on a business risk, another one is on a financial risk. So under business risk we have internal risk and external risk. So first we shall completely understand what is business risk is all about and what does internal and external risk talk about. Fine. So to talk about the business risk, what does it talk about? See, business risk is something, as the name itself tells, that a risk, something that is associated with the in and out, with the internal and external activities of the organization or the business, right? So they are the uncertainties or a kind of unexpected events which are beyond the control. We can say that the business risk means it's a chance of incurring the losses, or not even that, it can be incurring of losses, or yielding less profit than what you have expected, right? See, these factors, they cannot be controlled by the businessman, and these can result in a decline, downturn in terms of profits, and it can also lead to a loss as well, right? So that's how the things are going to work under here. So basically, the business risk, it is the possibility, a company will have the lower than the anticipated profits, or experience a kind of loss rather than taking the profit which is expected. And it is always influenced by numerous factors, like it includes the sales volume, right? More the sales, more the profit you are going to maintain. And what's the per unit price, what's the input cost, what is the competition, and what's the overall economic climate and the government regulations, right? And this kind of the business risk, it is going to arise due to a factor called uncertainties. See, uncertainties mean when you are not sure of what is going to happen in the future, because future is unpredictable, isn't it? That can happen. And uncertainties like there can be a change in the demand, supply, policies given by the government, technology, right? All these can lead to the factor of uncertainty. And this particular what we talk about the business risk, of course it is an essential part of any kind of business. See, a risk as an important feature or the characteristic of any business. I've told you, whether it is a small business, big business, smaller the business will have smaller the capital, so smaller the risk. Bigger business, bigger the capital, bigger the risk. But still, the element of risk is like by default in whatever the business you take up. So no business can avoid, see, it can minimize but it cannot avoid the risk, although the degree of risk may vary. The risk can be reduced but it cannot be eliminated, right? And the degree of risk, it depends upon the nature and size of the business. Here, the degree of risk, it depends upon the type of business, like a business involved in like a fashion, that's items which bears more risk as compared to the business which is involved in standardized goods, right? So similarly, a business operating at large scale bears more risk when it is compared to the small scale business houses also, right? So the profit becomes the reward for bearing the risk. So I'm gonna take so much of risk, what is the impact on my return? If I take so much of risk, what is the return I will be able to generate? So the business, it earns a profit because they are bearing risk, isn't it? If there is no risk, then there is no gain. Forget about the gain, right? So larger the risk, more the profit is what we believe in. So an entrepreneur or the investor bears the risk with the expectations of earning a profit, and that is very very important. So coming to Let me just give you a brief idea what does internal and external risk communicate. See, basic sense, internal risk are something they are from like within the organization. They arise during the day to day, it is normal operations of the organization, and they are often forecastable. You can predict, you can change, you can avoid, you can mitigate or minimize that particular risk, because this is within the organization, they are under your control. On the other hand, you have external, something like the risk that which comes from outside the organization, or any kind of projects if you have taken outsourced with the outside and outside of the team's control, right? All these talks about that. So I would like to specify more on the external factors, that which are like quite uncontrollable. See, the economy, politics, have competitors available in the prevailing market, customers, and even the weather, right? All these are uncontrollable factors, and this would definitely influence, an organization's performance as well. And this is in comparison to the internal factors, such as you have staff, you have your own set of policies, or kind of procedures set in the organization. I mean to say, the company culture, what are the processes, how the finances are going to happen, which all seem like within your grasp. You will have the control where you are going to take this particular aspects. Like if I have to give the example for the external risk. See here, the risk that are produced by a non-human source, and they are beyond human control as well. So they are unexpected, but happen regularly enough in a general population. They be broadly predictable, right? It can be like natural disasters, like earthquakes, the volcanoes, like, right? So that's how the things are going to work. So in terms of internal risk factor, it can be with respect to uh, three M's: the money, man, material, the labor, finance, technology, right? So that's how the things are going to work in the organization. There's something, internal environment is a company that which is specified, includes about the owners, the workers, machines, materials which are used in the organization. Whereas on the other hand, external environment, it is something which includes the components of both micro and macro as well, controllable and uncontrollable factors. And the micro, or the task environment is also specific to the business, but external is not. That's how the things are going to work with the internal and external, risk of factors. So in order to mention few causes, what can be the causes of the business risk? One can be the natural factors. Now what does natural factor talk about? It covers the aspect of external risk. See, there are certain natural factors like earthquakes, floods, famine, or any kind of hailstorms, right, which cause damage to the business. Since human beings, they have no control over the nature, therefore the loss caused to the business due to the natural causes is unavoidable. You cannot avoid it, right? So natural disaster is a terrible dream for any kind of business, because when it occurs, it doesn't affect only one business but affects all the business, community of the area. And similarly, its effect touches the whole economy. So this can be one of the cause for the business risk. Another one is the competition, again, which belongs to the external risk. See, if there's a stiff competition, for the sale of products in the market, and the manufacturers, they indulge in cutthroat competition, by cutting down the price, keeping it a little low, right? And by they go for producing the cheaper quality of product. Definitely it is going to increase the business risk as well. For example, the business risk, which is increased for Nike few years ago, isn't it? See, they were producing high quality shoes, but they were not stylish, as well as the price of the products were really high actually. And one of the biggest companies of Nike, known as Reebok, right? So international found that Nike's problem, and they started to give good quality shoes with style in low price. And Nike, had a bare kind of big business loss before they recognized that their competitor has taken advantage of it. This is how you will have to look for your the competition, right? So next up, the cause can be the mismanagement. See, if the management running the business is inefficient, and there is no any kind of proper planning, I've told you, planning is something like, it is the first first button of your shirt. If first button of your shirt has fallen on the right place, definitely followed by all the buttons, they will fall on the right place. If you don't have control over it, it's all gone. So it is going to increase the cost of production and goods, lower its quality. It may low lead to decrease in profits, and eventually flop the business as well. And something like change in demand also, right? Change in demand is something, if there's a sudden change in demand for the product, what will happen? It will lead to the loss in the business. See, the demand of the customer, it never remains changed. As I've told you, they have people, they have the consumers, they have multiple choices. There are a wide number of choices to go ahead with, right? So what happens here, so one has to be ready to change according to the demands that they are going to get it. Like example, see, BlackBerry mobiles, they tested their luck how it's going to happen, but many can see that BlackBerry, instead of changing with the demands, they're sticking to their own business techniques, while on the other hand, Nokia, after outrunning its competitors, attaining the world's number one manufacturing handset company, isn't it? They flourished all over the world because of their business technique of changes in demand. Earlier we used to get the basic set in terms of a Nokia, which talks about connecting people. Now you can see the smartphone, the Androids, which is coming in terms of the Nokia, right? Again, this talks about that. Then you have certain things like government policy, that can also be the cause. See, if there's a sudden shift in monetary fiscal policy in the government, again, this can also lead to the companies the losses. And one of the other cause can be the techniques of the production. See, if the manufacturers are set up heavy machinery and begin to use modern techniques of production, that's going to lower the per unit cost of production of goods, isn't it? So the small business units producing similar goods, they will suffer the losses, as they will not be able to introduce the heavy machinery. So all these are really very, very important. And something like human causes, right? See, business loss may also occur due to the corruption, any kind of theft, forgeries, right, involving in some kind of fraudulent activities, right? So the loss in business risk is always high when it is caused by the humans in it, because it constantly keeps the business of the organization under a threat. That's like really very, very important. Fine. So this talks about the concept called business a risk, with that the internal risk, external risk, which is inside the company and outside the company, the risk that should be bearable. So this is all about the concept business risk.